Namaskar. How many of you know that there are over a dozen temples that are built for Shiva along the Shiva Aksha Rekha or the divine line of Shiva? Shiva Shakti Akara, it's also called. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a few of these because if you have been watching my temple series, I was lucky enough to visit four of them. And I'm going to be talking about these. One I've already talked about, which is Chidambaram. So we're just going to take a look at 8 such temples. There are more, such as Mallikarjuna Swami also is believed to be on the Shiva Aksha Rekha. But I'm just going to talk about a few that you are going to be seeing as part of this series. So here we go. Needless to say, I hope you have already liked this video. So what is the Shiva Shakti Aksha Rekha? Here we see that. What is the Shiva Shakti Aksha Rekha? 8 mysterious ancient temples, but I have actually figured out more. I think about 12 or 14. They all are more or less on 79 degrees longitude. Now you might wonder if Mount Kailash is also on the same 79 degrees longitude. The answer is almost correct. Mount Kailash is on 81 degrees longitude. 81, 18, 45 to be exact. So these Shiva temples were constructed over 4,000 years ago by ancient architects in an era of no satellite technology, no GPS coordinate. And how did they manage to build all these temples along the same line? Amazing, isn't it? Well, the architects also were separated by hundreds of kilometers, and these somehow magically got built. The distance between Kedarnath and Rameshwaram is 2,383 kilometers. You see at the top, Kedarnath, 79 degrees. Kaleshwaram temple in Telangana, 79.9. Sree Kalahasti, 79.6. Ekambareswara temple in Kanchipuram, 79.69. Annamalayar, 79.06. 𝗤𝙤𝙤𝘀𝘆 78.70, Nataraja 79.635, Ramanatha Swami in Rameshwaram 79.3. By the way, so far I have covered Chidambaram. I will be covering next 𝗤𝙤𝙤𝘆 temple. This is in the island of Srirangam. It's also called 𝗤𝙤𝙤𝘆 𝗢𝘂𝘆 I'm going to be covering that. It's going to be next on that series. Then I'm going to be covering Annamalayar in Tiruvannamalai also. And finally, I'll be covering Ekambareswara temple, a temple very close to my heart because I grew up in Kanchipuram for a few months and we live very close to the temple, the next street as a matter of fact. So temple sounds kind of resonated in the house. Amazing experience because my ancestral property was on that street for many, many generations. Anyway, so now let's move on. So the first one we're going to talk about is Kedarnath temple, 79.0669. The very meaning of the name Kedarnath means Lord of the Field and is at a height of 3,583 meters, located in the Garhwal Himalayan range near the river Mandakini. The temple has an incredible spiritual might. According to the legend, the belief is that Pandavas built this temple to ask forgiveness from Lord Shiva. Many of you may have seen the floods that Kedarnath got afflicted. I think it was 2010 or 2011 or 2012, somewhere in that ballpark. Because I remember Modi was still the chief minister of Gujarat and he had made a lot of marketing stuff there, helping out the people who were affected by the floods. Amazingly, a lot of Kedarnath area around Kedarnath got washed away, but the temple stayed. It was amazing piece of sight because you looked at the ferocity of water. It was just an incredible sight to behold. Then the next one, Kaleshwara Mukteshwara temple, 79.7037 degrees. This is in Telangana. This temple has special significance because there are two Shivalingas placed side by side on a single pedestal, or the Panavattam. They have been named Lord Shiva and Lord Yama and are collectively called the Kaleshwara and Mukteshwara Swami. Kaleshwara, I think, refers to Yama. Usually, Yama is also called as Kaleshwara. So, the next temple is Sree Kalahasti, 79.70. The Sree Kalahasti temple is considered as one of the Pancha Bhoota sthalam. I'm going to talk about these Pancha Bhutas in a few minutes because there are other temples also that align with this. This temple is infused with an abundance of divine and vibrant energy. The Shiva Lingam is made up of white stone and is shaped like an elephant's trunk. Fourth one is 𝗤𝗏𝗏𝑒श्vara temple, 79.7036. This is going to be the last one in my series that I'll be covering. He is where Shiva is worshipped as 𝗤𝗏𝗏𝑒ಶ್vara. He is thousands of years old, with the current structure being reconstructed around 600 AD. I believe it was the Pallavas who built the Gopuram, and it has been refurbished by none other than Krishnadeva. It has a 172 feet Rajagopuram, and it's a marvelous piece of architecture. It's a very big temple, and it's got some amazing sites. I'll be covering that in detail. 𝗤𝙬𝗻𝑆vara temple, 78.71. The significance of 𝗤𝙬𝗻𝑆vara temple is located in Tiruchirappalli. Tiruchirappalli is a bigger town, but you have to cross the river Kaveri, go into this island called Srirangam. Srirangam Ranganatha temple is also there, but before that you go to 𝗤𝙬𝗻𝑆vara temple, and there is the story of Akhilandeshwari. I'll be covering that in my next episode. The thing about it is, when I went and saw the Murti, there is water always coming near the Murti. I mean, they just scratch the surface and you can see water coming through. Nobody knows how water is coming into the Murti area. There is no river, nothing. This is about half a kilometer, if I remember correctly, from inside from the banks of Kaveri. So why or how the water is making it here, no one knows. Next one, Annamalaya temple, 79 degrees, 79.0747 degrees to be exact. Lord Shiva is represented as a column of fire called Agni Lingam. This temple is located in the town of Tiruvannamalai in Tamil Nadu. Mythologically, when there was a clash between Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu regarding their supremacy, they surrendered to Lord Shiva here. Arunachala's temple is also known for Ramana Maharshi ashram and Ramana Maharshi ji. In fact, in the temple itself, there is a separate center to look at Ramana Maharshi's life, meditation. It's just like a small area that they capture the essence of Ramana Maharshi's life. And then there's also an ashram which is set about half a kilometer or so away from this. It's a beautiful Girivalam. It's a big round road that you need to go. I'll talk about all that when I cover Tiruvannamalai in detail. And then Chidambaram Nataraja temple, 79.6954 degrees. Nataraja temple is also known as Chidambaram Nataraja temple or Thillai Nataraja temple. This temple signifies the Shiva's dancing form, the Nataraja. Eighth one, Ramanatha Swami temple, 79.3129 degrees. The Ramanatha Swami temple is located in Rameswaram district in Tamil Nadu. Lord Ram, the seventh avatar of Vishnu, prayed to Lord Shiva for getting rid of the sin of killing Ravana. So there are two times he prayed for Shiva. First, he makes the Shiva lingam and then prays for his victory in his war against Ravana. And then there is a story about, people ask, Rama wants to perform puja, and then he asks, I want the puja done by the most Sreshth, means the most perfect Brahmana. And people say that it is Ravana who is the most perfect Brahmana because there is nobody more knowledgeable than him. This thing about Ravana having 10 heads, I think one reason could be that he was so intelligent that he had the intelligence of 10 different people. That's why they call him that. Also, it could be because his original name was Dashasan, 10-faced. So whatever. So first time he does puja, Ravana comes and does the puja for him, which means Ravana knew that he was going to die at the hands of Rama. I've said this thing once before in another episode, so you guys know how that came about, the story of 𝗤𝗚𝗎𝗐𝗏, all that good stuff. Now, Pancha Bhootas. Interestingly, 5 of the 8 Lord Shiva temples have Shivalinga signifying elements of the Pancha Bhoota: earth, water, fire, air, and sky. The temples that represent Pancha Tattva, which lie in a straight line, are Temple of Water is 𝗤𝙬𝗻𝗆𝗏𝗏, Temple of Fire is Annamalai, Temple of Air is Sree Kalahasti, Temple of Earth is 𝗤𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 temple, and Temple for Sky is Nataraja temple. When you finish watching my series, you would have seen all but Sree Kalahasti, and I'm hoping that I will cover that sometime in the near future. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.